we're talking about transitions in career paths, resumes often come up. Traditionally, resume is seen as an advertisement, a highlight reel of achievements. But you introduced me to the concept of a reverse resume. Could you walk us through what that is and how it might help those who are considering a change or currently navigating a transition? I think it could be a powerful tool to help open up minds and see new possibilities.
Yeah, so I came up with this concept a few years ago, and I think it's super valuable for anybody who's in the middle of a change or who's just looking at what skills they have or what their life looks like. Sometimes we get really frustrated and we think, can I even keep going? What is my next thing? I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm anxious, that anxiety and stress from working all the time. And what I have people do is to draw a line across a piece of paper and then put little dots, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10 dots across that line. So turn your paper sideways and put 10 dots across that line so it looks like a timeline. And then I call that your lifetime timeline. And you can go and put all the things that you mentioned, all your achievements on the top there and about the year. So if that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, however old you are, put the stuff that you've done, your achievements on the top, the things that you would find on your resume, your LinkedIn, wherever you keep your CV. So you put that across the top, and that's, you got this award, and you got this degree, and you have this certification, the jobs you've held, all of that, the good stuff you're proud of is on the top. And then I ask people to go down below the line and put down things that you have overcome. And this could be anything. This could be raising a child with a disability. This could be a death of a loved one. This could be being raised in a poor situation. This could be an accident you overcame or an illness you overcame. Or if you're later in life like me, this could be the divorce or the getting fired or all that other stuff that you have gotten through, the big challenges you face. You put those down below. And then that's your reverse resume, what I call your reverse resume. Those are the things, the down below the line stuff is what makes you who you are. The top stuff is your accolades. That's great. That's what you're doing. Down below is who you're being. So that's your reverse resume, shows you all you've overcome and all of those things that you have managed through. And I always tell people, there's hidden gems in there that can tell you who you really are, what you're made of, and who you are as a person. And that reverse resume is really important because that tells you what you're made of. And so when I'm hiring someone, sometimes they'll say, what's something you've overcome, some challenge that you have managed through. That piece of who you are is really a big part of the strength that you bring to the table. So every time when you look at it on a line like this, you can see the above the line and the below the line. And if you draw a line from one to the other, it's like this up and down, like an echocardiogram, like it's your heartbeat. And life is all these ups and downs. And that bottom part is really important to figure out who you are and what you have to offer. That's becoming more resilient. Every time you're back up over that line, that's when you become more resilient.
Yes, this isn't just a single page. It's more like a notebook, something dynamic that we keep updating. It can serve as a reminder, especially in those moments when we are feeling down, discouraged, or unsure. As entrepreneurs, there's always something happening, some challenge or setback. But when you can look back at your progress, is a powerful reminder that you've overcome so much. It's just another bump in the road, not a showstopper. Just keep moving forward. Don't let it derail you.
And the cool part about it is you can see all your achievements. If you keep this piece of paper, you can see all your achievements above. You can see all you've overcome below. And no one has a blank resume above and below. We have stuff above and below that we need to be not just acceptance of, that this is who we are, but we should be proud of we've gotten through these things. You should be as proud that you've gotten the reverse resume, the stuff you've gotten through, as much as you have the stuff that you have achieved. So it's both pieces of it. And the best part about this, Vince, is you're on a dot on that right now. So however old you are, you put that dot on there, on that line, the line with I'm between the 50 and the 60 right there. I can put my dot there. And then the magic of this on those tough days that you mentioned, or if you're in the middle of a reinvention, on those tough days, you can see that there's a dot and then there's all this blank space ahead. All that blank space, you're going to decide what goes in there. And all that blank space ahead, you could be something different. You could have more above. There's going to be more below, unfortunately, because that's life. But you can see all the blank space ahead and start to imagine what might go there. It's how you want your next chapter to be. I always say, it's okay to not be okay. We all have tough times. It's okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to stay that way. So if you're one of those down moments, you got to figure out how to get yourself back up over that line, back into the happy part of the resume up there, instead of the tough part of the resume. Okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. And if you look at all that blank space ahead, your next chapter could be your best chapter. You just don't know. It gives hope and optimism. Like when you put that dot on the line, all those years, all that blank space ahead. If it was a book, it's all the empty pages. You are in control of what's going to go there, more so than your spouse or where you live or your children or your boss. Like you decide the words and the language and how you're going to feel about things going forward. So that blank space ahead is where you can imagine what might go there, and you're responsible for putting stuff there that you like and making it successful. You got to get back up over that line. Okay not to be okay, not okay to stay that way. It's your responsibility to make the next chapter something better.